Hello, everyone, and I am back live on my show now after the halfway post-election week and election day. I say post-election week because we got a runoff going on in Georgia with Warnock and Walker, and so that will take up into November 15th. Um, it's not illegal. It's not illegal. It is legal in the election books to have runoff going up at least until a week. Um, so we do. It is election day. On that day, on the day we just had, on November, on every Tuesday that we have, and we just had one yesterday. Um, every Tuesday that we have, but every election day is a Tuesday, and so um, we're going to get into things here. So you're all wondering, what the heck happened to Pennsylvania? What the heck happened to some of your guys' states? Look at Arizona. Arizona is the ground zero for fraud. Luzerne County in Pennsylvania, during election day, ran out of ballots. Um, there is several other counties that had some issues as well. Um, but what happened to Pennsylvania here? Um, Overall total state was mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots, Pittsburgh and Philly, to be exact. By 1 o'clock on election day, John Fetterman had like 1,000 some already early mail-in ballot returns. And he decided at that time to declare victory, but his party even said it was a little bit premature to do so. So he decided he did it anyway, but um, and Oz conceded today, I think, or last night, late last night. John and Josh Shapiro, same thing, mail-in ballots, and Pittsburgh and Philly. Um, initially, people that did vote on election day did did win in person on on election day votes and we won that over both candidates, John Fetterman and Josh Shapiro, and so but they cheated like always, as they say, with the mail-in ballots, and that's not going to stop until we get a Republican governor in, or we can get some kind of legislation in stopping Act 77. We can but we did win the House. Not that matters much because we do write legislation, but it has to go to the Senate to be approved and to be passed on to the president, to the president and whatnot. So we did win the House. It's looking like we won the House. There's still a majority of it up for debate. Still been a majority, still a bit of discussion up for the Senate as well that we may capture. So that's what we did. I tended my poll from 7 to 9, or 6 to 9, 6:30 to 9 o'clock today, running in and out, or yesterday, running in and out, checking in numbers, adding up the numbers, keeping an eye on the voters, handing out stuff outside, making sure they got literature. I even handed out my card in case people wanted to contact me about anything. Some people have my number because I did text like 1,000 people that were low voters in my precinct neighborhood, from 0 to 3. And so some of them thanked me, and I just told them to keep my number. Some of them showed up. We had 50% voter turnout, Manheim Township precinct has 2,000 some 2,000 some voters, and we had 1,000 1,455 voters show up, and good numbers for my precinct for Dr. Oz and Doug Mastriano and Kate Klunk and Kristen Phillips Hill and Lloyd Smucker. So we had good numbers there. I made sure everything was going smooth. I checked the number books and wrote down on the ballot somewhere the numbers of total at the end of the day. Reported numbers throughout the day to my chairman, county chairman, John O'Neill. And so I did that. And so that's how it went for me. So we're going to get into some post-election day stuff. Some of you might be wondering what is next after Election Day. Well, I suggest if you're any county in Pennsylvania other than York County, because I already checked with York County, my chairman, I would push for an audit. If you don't think that your county that you voted in delivered the amount of votes that you wanted Republican-wise, and you think that Dr. Oz deserved the win and not John Fetterman or Josh Shapiro, and you think Doug Mastriano deserved the win, yeah, I would check for an audit. Somehow, I would contact Audit the Vote PA. If you could, ask Tony Shoup about it and see if she could do something for you guys. So we tried so hard, guys. I'm not crying. Just got a runny nose. But what's next is we got to fill the Republican committee seats in the Republican Party, the precincts in your district, the committee seats in your district, the committees, yeah, in your legislative district, in your county, in your district, they're empty. 169 is empty. We don't all have them all filled. The more committee seats we have filled, the stronger and the more powerful the conservative message is to the people. We need the 75 or 74 million America Firsters to come out and contact your local GOP and ask them to and volunteer to be a Republican committeeman for your local GOP office and Republican Party and be a precinct committeeman. We need them. We need seats filled across 169. We need seats filled across York County, across Pennsylvania. We need them filled to win this thing to have a better message for the voters. And the other thing you can do once you become a Republican committeeman is contact the low propensity voters. When you from 0 to 3, when I say 0 to 3, it means that voters that have not voted at all, voters that have voted once, voters that have voted twice, and then voters that have voted 3 times in their life. Draw them out by door knocking, texting them, like I did for this general election. I just made a polite message saying, "Hey, hi, so and so. This is Steven Carr. I'm Township's Republican committeeman. We would gladly appreciate if you came out to vote. I did to thousands of low voters. I had a voter list to go off of. Um, Call them if you can't get a hold of them, a text or cell, and just kindly ask them to come out and vote. Another way I did it, and it helps a lot, was I would got a sample ballot and I would fill it out with red dots, and I would post it on my Facebook, my True Social, or Twitter, or my Facebook story. People can copy it or um, save the picture to their phone of the ballot or information that they need um, before election day, and they can take it with them to the polls. Also, when you do that, you are a force multiplier, because more people that share it, more people that share the ballot or share the information um, on their Facebook page from your Facebook page, and the word gets around. Same thing with retweeting and retruthing and whatnot. So I did that. There are a couple of resources and books that I would recommend. I haven't read them all, but I've read one, and this is a good one for beginners. If you're a Republican committeeman or interested in becoming one, it's How to Get into the Real Ball Game of Politics, where you live to help President Donald Trump make America great again. Dan Schultz, Precinct Strategy, wrote it. He's a precinct committeeman at Corbin Bell Legislative District 18. It teaches you how to recruit voters, and it's got a bunch of links in there, YouTube links so you can see how things are done. It teaches you how to keep an eye on your chairman, how to call low voters to make high voter turnout, how to recruit Republican committee people. So that's a good one. The other two, most importantly, are this one, if you study Get Out the Vote by Donald P. Green and Alan Gerber. It's a good source, teaches you how effective different things are, like door knocking, and phone banking, and just literally picking up the phone and calling the voters, and how much of a percentage you get, effective it is. The other one is, I picked up this one because it would help me understand how Donald Trump, how Obama and his, I think, 2012 and whatnot campaign, won his campaign by door knocking and community organization, and his ground troops got to study the opponent. So that's a good one. Also, I would recommend this one. I haven't read it either. It's Party Politics. It's got nice information about every party and how party politics works. Most importantly, if you can get your hands on these two things, you can get your hands on this at patriotacademy.com. Pocket Principles, United States Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and Timeless Principles of Liberty is something in the back. And also this one as well. If you can see it, it is Citizens Rulebook. It's great to have on you if you're a citizen, if you're going to be on, especially if it teaches you, you have 3 checks or 3 votes. One's if you're a jury, one's if you're on jury, and then one's if you're in the jury, and the other one is voting. So you got that going on. What was I going to say? So I wanted to get into something. I don't usually get into biblical things here, but it just occurred to me that we had some biblical prophecy going on the night before the election. We had the red moon. The red moon, in prophecy, biblical prophecy, means that there's going to be some hard times coming. And we could expect that, because look at the results for Pennsylvania and many other states that we had. Four blood moons means hard times are coming for the future for us. And we already had 4 blood moons in different months and different years, but it means that hard times are coming. And then you had a few days before a rainbow at Pennsylvania's. I think it was Pennsylvania's Donald Trump and Doug Mastriano's rally. And that was God's promise to us that he would not flood the earth again. And this was happening. These rainbows were happening not just in Pennsylvania. These were happening in different states and even across the country and in others and a few other towns and countries. So that is also a huge thing going on. But I will be given more of a biblical worldview or perspective on things, and in the political arena as well. Once I get off here, I'll be studying. I'll be looking at exactly what exactly the 4 blood moons mean. Right now, I'm in Zechariah, and I'm learning a lot about the rebuilding of the temple, and that the new Babylon and Euphrates will be rebuilt in the near future, and that there's several powers involved in scattering the nations of Judah, and God's Spirit's involved in it. That's the 4 horns, I believe. So we'll get into that. But what we need to do, guys, we need to fill the precincts. We need to fill the committee seats. We need to take over the Republican Party with America Firsters, outsiders, Tea Party people, constitutional people, America First, Christians, evangelicals, 2A people, you name it. We need to fill it. So things used to be simple, guys. It really did when we didn't have Act 77, when we didn't have mail-in ballots here, and didn't have electronic voting machines, when it was just hanging chads and paper ballots and stuff like that. It was really easy to win as a Republican. But that's all I have to say. So have a good day.